Alright, y'all. So this was MW3. We did the Veterans Challenge. If you see my Modern Warfare 2 video, basically the same thing. 3 stars on every Spec Ops mission. And just like the beginning, the first mission is a basic training course. I know this course a lot better just because I played the hell out of MW3 when I was a kid. And as you can see, knowing from my experience from the MW2 one, I was able to get a pretty decent time for 3 stars as well, only 26 seconds. I just remember all of these missions so well. If I can remember the names for them, I can. Pretty sure this one's like Mile High Club, or not Mile High Club, it's something along those lines, but also I love how the Spec Ops missions for all of the games are based off of missions from the actual campaign. This is from the 4th mission of the campaign where the Makarov actually captures the president and kills his secretaries, but basically it's just like a backwards version of it. And then I knew, I was like, oh, there's a flashbang here, but I just didn't let it go. And then like I said, this is on veteran, but maybe just because MW2's was just so much time was wasted on that one, I just used the experience I had. This one was pretty cool. I think this one's called Overreactor. This one is based off of the 2nd mission from the campaign, where Sandman and Frost have to go on a submarine, and they have to basically do what the mission is for here as well. They have to shut down the reactor, or the something along the lines of, this shit's gonna blow up, so stop it from blowing up. And a lot of these missions are gonna be very easy. A lot of the missions are going to be very easy. I was actually able to get a lot of these done on the first day. Probably the last 4 probably took me maybe a day or 2 to do. MW2's though, MW2's was, oh man, that was grating. Took me a good couple of days to do one mission, but this one was pretty easy. Just clear out the submarine, use the thermal to your advantage. This one I have a lot of bad memories with and a lot of good memories with. I remember using the sniper and sniping here, taking out both of the helicopters at the beginning. But I have to remember that this is veteran. I cannot really just, stand in the line of fire. I sort of have to, make sure I'm not, just exposed, because, see, you can see a lot of the times on the footage that I spam fire a lot if I know there's an enemy in there. Just make sure I check my corners using all of my explosives. This is when it gets hard, because then everybody starts spawning from that gate, and then a helicopter spawns. I forgot about the helicopter in my first couple of runs, so I was wondering why I wasn't, getting through it. Hiding. Also, the hostages will not be killed. Or maybe I just got lucky with this, but the hostages will not be killed if you free them. So you just sort of have to survive until then. I wish I would have known that before. This one's pretty fun. This one's, man, I cannot, Toxic Paradise, I believe this one's called. And, this one's super fun. You do have to take your time with it. Even though you are in a Juggernaut suit, they are also calling, airstrikes on you, and they are just absolutely demolishing everything. A lot of this mission is relying on explosives. There is a lot of things you have to blow up in this fucking game, and even, honestly, more than MW2, and MW2 is known for the noob too. But like I said, you really have to take your time with this one, just because of all the, the airstrikes are really gonna send you back, but then this Juggernaut, I just want to show you guys how fucking funny this was. I basically just circled this with the Juggernaut and just kept hitting him dead on with the grenade launcher. I don't know why, I just thought it was very entertaining. I eventually killed him and then got an ammo refill. This is kind of the part that was just easy for me, but you have to throw an airstrike right out that door, because there will be a couple of guys on the right, and they will fuck your whole shit up. The stairs, I really relied on flashbangs for, and I didn't even see these guys. I don't even know how I just walked past them and didn't even see. But there you see, I just dropped down and that's it. Yeah, a lot of these missions were just, and this is what I did also for MW2, where I just did split screen for the co-op missions. Give me some slack, because even though I did play one, I played the solo on veteran because, you know, a turret can't die, so I just gave the turret the regular and then played on the bottom veteran, just to, you know, make it a lot easier. I mean, come on, I'm playing with 2 controllers for game mode that's made for 2. So, like I said, I just really just kept using the turret and just blasting it in the way of where I was running, taking out the helicopters and everything. I think I don't even know if they were both on veteran. I think this is actually both on regular, but even then, it's like, come on, give me some yeah, there you go. Top screen was veteran, bottom was regular. This one took a little bit for me. There are a lot of random enemies that pop up here. Using the sniper is going to be definitely useful, but I would not suggest keeping it the entire map. A lot of the times you just had to clear the area and then pick up the intel afterwards. But it was kind of hard just because this map is is very, you know, dusty, and the enemies really blend into the background with their camera, or with their camo and everything. This was the part that really got to me. I didn't really see an alternate. I was trying to get to this point right here, but there you can see I almost died just because someone did that. I forgot how this mission ended, so I was very confused. I was wondering why it didn't end right there. But there you see, we actually have to commit some war crimes on that cabin, and basically that was it. And you know, I try to make sure that I show you guys every, you know, end screen so you can know I actually did complete it. I wouldn't be putting out this video if I didn't fully complete it. I can say now that the Black Ops 2 video is almost done. I only have to do Origins and Buried, and that should be it. But there you can see, this was probably my favorite Spec Ops mission as a kid, just because of all the stealth you have to do and just how much you rely on it. And like I don't know, maybe it's this mission in particular, but this mission and the second mission are possibly my favorites. Another basic training one here. And like I said, I'm just gonna show you guys my full run, just so you can, you know, get an idea of what I did. You'll see progress throughout this because I did do it a couple of times. But I did make sure that when I got to 3, you know, when I got the 3 stars, I didn't need to do it anymore. But I'm pretty sure this was my best run too, so I don't think there was, you know, a lot of times I had to do. I think I only had to do this once or twice. But there you see, I missed that one, but it still just continued. Went over to here, and then got the last shot, and then ran right in. I thought I fucked up, so I was about to restart, but then I saw, and I still got the 3 stars. I didn't know what the time was. This one was pretty difficult. Just because you need to take your patience, and if you keep replaying it like I kept doing, you will definitely lose your patience for this map. But overall, this map is actually pretty fun. You just need to know where everybody is, you know, positioned, and you really, and especially for veteran, because they have such a small reaction time, or they have such a quick reaction time. You have to make sure your shots are, you know, right on target, like you see right here. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? You have to make sure that every target is perfectly shot, and you know, you have a perfect angle and all that stuff. And you know, once you get to the end, you just run. So it was, like I said, it seems like it was a lot easier than it was, but once they discover you, you're dead. This one's pretty. I don't understand why this one isn't made for co-op. Co-op specifically. Because as you can see, there's already another guy on the helicopter, and I remember me and my brother used to play this split screen all the time, and if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure one person goes into the building and then one person is on the chopper, and they're, you know, giving covering fire, so I was on my own for this one. And, you know, utilizing the high ground was really helpful, especially also because the, a lot of these enemies, rely on coming out of the same spot. There you can see I'm just, like, shooting them off with the shotgun. Also, shotguns, especially this fast 12 in this mission, very beneficial. You are in very close quarters, so this, I have no idea what happened here. I realized that there was a timer, and I just wanted to get to my thing as quick as possible, but then I saw there was a guy with the RPG, so I just sort of ran to the helicopter and made sure that nobody was anywhere close to me, and that was what ended that mission. But, you know, it was kind of funny, just seeing that. Just seeing everything. Here's another Juggernaut mission. This one you're basically overpowered as hell. You have access to a AC-130, grenade launchers, a Juggernaut suit, and you have to take out these IEDs. I will say, maybe there might be a little bit too much of an over-reliance on the Predator missile. Just because a lot of the times that's how you're gonna get your kills, and also it's basically how you get rid of most of the, you know, helicopters and the tanks and everything. And this was when I was like, how in the hell am I dying right now? And I saw that I was getting shot from behind. Luckily I had the Juggernaut suit, because I definitely would have died there. Yeah, just defusing the IEDs wasn't really the hard part. It was just making sure where the enemies were coming out of, and, you know, where they're positioned. Because MW3 has a sort of, like, almost grayscale feel to it, where it's like, I don't know, it's almost like all the enemies, like, blend into the background in a way. And taking out the helicopter. Helicopters are easy as hell to take out as long as you shoot them head on. And that was the final IED. So then I started shooting my way out. I thought I had to get to some sort of transport, or that's it. Yeah, it just cuts off abruptly too. I don't know why these missions do this a lot. No, this one was the hardest. Reaction time on veteran for this mission is, oh my god, it is horrendous. Look at that. You see what I mean? Look, that turret immediately gets a head-on shot on you, and you're not even fully reloaded before you can. And even if you crouch, it'll still hit you. So it was very hard just getting to that part, but then getting down here, good lord, this part wasn't the hardest. It was you'll see in a second, but you know, you can't see anything down here in the catacombs. It's, you know, it's very dark. It's very, you know, even with the flashlights. And this is when you have to download these files and have the claymores and everything. I almost died right here. I would have been absolutely pissed off if I died, because this one took me a good 20 or 30 tries to do. It was probably the most difficult for me, just because there are so many ways that they can attack you, and you don't really know how to get a good positioning on them. Like, as you can see, they just keep running up on me, and then, you know, you don't get really enough time to reload. So, you know, I just kind of relied on my flashbangs and my grenades to get me through. And then this is when I realized that you also have a Juggernaut that is chasing after you. I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. I was like, so you're telling me I had to wait that whole time, and now I have to fight a Juggernaut? So I immediately ran out, and I led the Juggernaut back to the opening area, and I just ran. So the Juggernaut was just behind me the whole time, but I guess I got out before he got back up, and I was so happy that this mission was complete. I was so done with I was so done with this mission. This one was the second most difficult. It's not really not knowing how to do the mission, because I do. It's just not, you know, knowing how hard it is on veteran, because as you can see, I had to take a lot of cover. I can't even, like, can you guys see any of these enemies at all? Like, you can see that one right there, but he's a little bit up close. Like, when you try to aim farther and farther, it gets harder and harder to see them. And like I said, I had to do a lot of shooting through the wall to make sure that these people were going down. Flashbangs were a go-to. I had to keep using those. The M4 was kind of, you know, I just kind of stayed with whatever weapon they gave me, or if I ran out of ammo, just grabbed an enemy weapon. But basically, This was the part that kept that I got really pissed off on, because the time before I didn't know the enemies came out of there and I just immediately got destroyed. This is the hardest part, or not really the hardest part, but just knowing how to get out. You just have to run to the helicopter, but I was making sure I had a clear path before I did. So I'm just getting my ass shot at while I ran to the helicopter. And like I said, this one got me through a lot. This one was actually my first attempt. I don't remember doing anything on this mission. I don't have any like memories with it. I do remember doing it, but for some reason I was able to do this on my first try. Maybe it's just because I had so much experience doing the other missions before that I just kind of anticipated what was coming, so I just kept spamming the XM25 in the stock market area, and all you had to do was pick up the codes. Now this is where it got difficult. You basically had to watch after, so alright, you'll see. As you can see, I have to shoot these enemies all the way on the opposite rooftop, and then also while I'm shooting at those enemies behind me are spawning, and they are shooting at me as well. So the people who spawn in, I would suggest just waiting for them to appear and then shoot them, because just waiting down there I feel like would be a lot less time. Taking out the helicopter, that one was easy. As you can see, I had to shoot the opposite rooftop a lot of the time, and you know, I had a lot of paranoia. You saw in that footage right there, I kept looking around. I just relied on my red dot and, you know, anything that seemed discolored from there. I almost died right there with that RPG. I climbed under this little table to try and avoid it, and I was able to get the code finished. And as you can see, it says ETA 2 minutes, so I thought I would have to survive a little longer, but no, I actually just completed it right there. A lot of these missions have these weird fake endings. Now, this one was the most difficult just because it's not built for solo. You have minimal time. You have 1 minute and 30 from the mission starting up to get to your objective, and doing this with 2 controllers, I will tell you now, is no easy feat. I had to do this a couple of times. You can see I ran pretty close with the timing, but there you can see 9 seconds, 8 seconds, 7 seconds. It got very, very close at times, because I realized that the more time I took with the chopper, the harder it got for me to run out, because then I would be short on time and I wouldn't be able to get out of there. But once the silo mission doors opened, I just ran as fast as I could to make sure I got in, and to the greatest luck,